You're listening to the Geekscape Network.
Time to fire up the VCR. This one's my favorite. That was gold.
Welcome to Analog Jones and the Tempo of Film. I'm Steve.
And I'm Chris.
And this is a VHS podcast that looks at the box art trailer and behind the scenes. And this week, we're taking on another sports movie, and I'm awake for it. So, Chris, introduce to everyone, what the hell did we watch?
Fucking Future Sport. Dean Cain's opus.
That should have been the actual title. Fucking Future Sport.
Yeah.
Oh, man. Dean Cain, Venessa Williams, and Wesley Snipes. A late 90s dream team.
I mean, two of them are good.
All these women who are watching, all these teenagers who are watching Lewis and Clark. Do you think that they're the only ones who watch this?
No, I watched it.
Well, we watched it, but 20 years later because we're sick in the head.
I watched it.
Oh, you watched it back then?
Yeah, the minute one of the team members came on screen, I was like, I have seen this. I knew I've seen this.
Oh, so you were brain dead all the way back in the 90s.
Yeah, I'm sure this was on like ABC in the morning or Sci-Fi.
Oh, I bet Sci-Fi. This has Sci-Fi written all over it.
Yeah, I mean, it's made for TV.
Yeah, I really do wonder about that. So, talking about this tape here that I got for $1 off eBay, and it still had to pay $3.25 in shipping, which pisses me off. But I got it for $3.50. I think I got ripped off for $1. Can you sell something on eBay for a penny?
I'm sure you can sell anything for any price on eBay.
All right.
I mean, they have rules now. They didn't back in the day, so.
I just thought like $1 had to be the lowest, and that's what this person was doing.
Possibly.
Who knows? We've got our VHS here with our traditional floating heads, Future Sport on there, and I'm going to try to read this lovely description for you on the little tag here. In 2025, a revolutionary sport is the only way to stop a revolution. All right.
Is that it? Is that all that says?
That's it. I'm not reading the description on these. Yeah, fuck it. Let's just pop this tape in.
Now available on video and DVD.
All right. We get trailers. And we haven't had trailers, you and I doing these crazy sports films. We finally get some trailers.
And some good ones.
Yeah, I'm impressed. We got, what did we get here? The 13th Floor.
Which is a great movie. I haven't watched it in years, but I really liked it when it came out.
This is one I got that was one of the VHS that was caught in the flood of my parents' basement when I was right outside of college, and I had to clean this one up from the mold. 13th Floor doesn't play so well anymore, but it does play. So anyone out there with some light mold damage, you can clean them. This one it was too far gone, so, but it still plays. I still keep it.
I find it at Goodwill.
I mean, it's a characters enter a game in the 1930s. And then, like, the characters start to travel our world. We've seen this kind of thing before. Vincent D'Onofrio's in it.
Yeah, he's amazing. I love that guy.
Vincent D'Onofrio when he was thinner and had hair. So it's always funny to see his, like, transformation.
Have you heard his spoken word album?
No.
You should.
Is it crazy?
Yeah.
Because I've heard he's kind of crazy.
I think he's yeah. I don't want to slander anybody, but I heard he said he plays a lot of those crazy roles for a reason.
You can go ahead and slander him. It doesn't matter. Yeah, he's not listening.
I can't remember if I've ever read it, but it's like that he actually has like schizophrenia or something. That's why he plays all those roles so well.
Oh, okay. I didn't know he had something like that. I just thought he was just, like nuts. Like real nuts.
Yeah, like certifiably.
Yeah. All right, and then after that we had The Strength of Courage, Bosnian war film with Dennis Quaid, the not crazy Quaid. As soon as this trailer was over, I already forgot it.
Oh, Survivor?
Is that what it's called? I thought it was The Strength of Courage.
The Strength of Courage.
Oh. Well, either way, exactly. I was even writing notes and I forgot the first word of it.
Yeah, it's
Fuck
like
it.
the story of Guile, our Lord and Savior. It looked
Sure.
like it's a military Christian crossover film.
Oh, is it?
No, like they get now, just like the Savior complex.
Oh. Well, and the next one was One Tough Cop, and this is the one where I laughed at because it's starring Stephen Baldwin and Chris Penn, and it kind of just sounded so much like a Fox News right-wing, wet dream movie.
Mm-hmm.
It's just like one cop who's still good. He's gonna take down all the bad criminals and the bad cops and the bad people. I was like, what the fuck is this?
I mean, I'd watch it though.
Well, apparently it was based off a real book written by a cop or detective or whatever. I just can't take Stephen Baldwin serious.
No, that's why I'd watch it.
Yeah, same. And then, the next movie, At Pupil. Oh, the Bryan Singer, I'm a Creep movie. Of course, it's about Nazis. I forgot this is a Stephen King novel.
I've never seen it, and I've always wanted to. Every time I see a trailer, it looks good.
It's got David Schwimmer in it, back when he was a friend.
He's always a friend to me.
That's right. Play that music. Don't really. That shit will get stuck in your head forever. And then the last one, they closed out with Columbia Pictures, 75 years of movies. Movies and memories. I've seen so many of these fucking like film studio collage anniversary things that they just kind of like, they play. And I know time is passing, but then as soon as they're over, like I come out of like a small coma. I'm like, wait,
Yeah.
what happened?
I just thought they're part of the movie. Like they're on every movie after a certain point.
Yeah. Well, and then like it was always at the end of the 90s, it seems like all these places are having the anniversaries because it's, a lot of them started in the 30s or whatever.
When film started.
Yeah. I don't know when that was. Anyway, let's get on to the feature presentation.
And now, our feature presentation.
Here we go. Movie directed by Ernest Dickerson, the man who did Juice, Surviving the Game, Demon Knight, and boy did he go downhill with this one. Oof.
Yeah, it's a movie.
Oh my gosh. This must have had rewrite hell, editing. I didn't actually pay attention to how many editors were on this, but I wouldn't be surprised if this is the type of film that had like 3 editors.
I don't know. Was there like a writer's strike going on in 98 that we don't know about?
Oh, I don't know. This is like someone who wrote The Matrix threw up, became like an actual entity, and then wrote this film.
Yeah. I mean, it also seems like some people had a good idea. Some people didn't. And then some people watched too much like Capri Sun commercials and Goosebumps.
I think people wanted this, and I think this is a real thing I heard. People looked at Dean Cain like the next Will Smith, as in becoming, being a TV star that would become a movie star. And I think they were really trying that with this. And then his first, like, out of the gate attempt is this, and it just fails spectacularly.
Oh, is this his first movie?
Probably.
Yeah. 'Cause I don't remember hating him so much in Lois and Clark. And then any movie I've seen him in afterwards, or TV show, I hate him.
Well,
The minute he gets on screen, I'm like, oh, fuck.
I just don't think he's a very good leading man. I think he would be a fine, like, sidekick or, like, best friend in a movie.
Maybe.
Type things.
Forced all the time, too.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. He's like, he doesn't have any depth. He just is doing shit. I don't know if this was his first movie outside of it. Yeah, well, he did a bunch of TV movies. And now he's like regulated to like, I think he's done some Christian stuff now. He's done some like Lifetime dog movies.
Yeah, and then he had that like mystery show for a while. I can't remember what it is.
Oh, did he?
Yeah, but something like 911 or Ripley's Believe It or Not or something. Like
Yeah, some shit like
where
that.
You come on, say some lines, and then a story goes.
Well, gotta make your money.
Mm-hmm.
And he makes more than me, because he's actually been in a lot. He's got 190 credits. That's nuts. Ugh, okay. I did watch his WWE Vengeance or whatever
Yeah,
revenge
how was
film. It was rough. I mean, it was probably one of the better WWE movies I've watched. It's just cookie cutter vengeance.
Yeah, they have some decent ones that you don't even realize are wrestling associated.
Yeah, I mean, I only watched this one because I watched Future Sport and then looked up Dean Cain movies and then saw that The Big Show was in one, and I'm like, wait, what? and then, of course, it's on Tubi. I'm like, sweet. And then just put it on while it was in the background at work and occasionally turned around to see, like The Big Show killing a pregnant woman. And I was like, well, that's fucked up. She wasn't like showing pregnant. He was just like beating her and she's like, don't kill me, I'm pregnant. He didn't care.
It's just hearsay at that point.
Yeah, sorry, people. Spoilers on The Big Show movie. I won't tell you what happens at the end, but I can tell you he dies. Oh, wait. Spoiler.
One person's real angry.
Yeah. Okay. Getting into this movie. And I don't know how we're going to explain this, but I took pretty good notes. So we've got... I'm going to try to set up the world better than the movie did. We've got kind of like... This is 2025. The world's changed. The United States, Canada, and possibly Mexico have joined the European Union to form the North American Alliance. Why did they do this? I don't know. But I know we're using euros now. And I was like, whoa. No more dollar bills?
As long as that comes with the metric system, I'll take it.
It is easier. And then somehow Australia has come into mega power and created the Pan-Pacific Alliance. And I don't know what else is involved with Australia. So I really don't understand this. I think it was a throwaway line.
Are they the largest landmass? Is that why they're up there?
I don't know.
Yeah, I don't either.
I don't really know.
Like Pacific Islands.
Yeah, because that's what I was thinking. I was like, how the hell is Australia and these Pacific Islands going to like... How are they going to start a war with the North American Alliance if it's like Canada, the United States, Mexico, and Europe? That's... What? Okay.
I have no idea.
Whatever. Someone wasn't thinking this through. But what I find funny is Hawaii wants to leave us.
Mm-hmm.
They want to break away. So they now have something called the Hawaiian... What was it? The Hawaiian Liberation Organization, which are, terrorists. But here's my whole thing. Is like Hawaii united in this? Like, do they just want to go and we're being dicks and won't let them leave?
Not all of them wanted to.
Okay, so there is a split.
Yeah.
Because at one time at the end, I was like, wait a minute, are we just being dicks?
Yeah.
It's like, no, we own you. You can't leave. Even though you're like forever away, but we want really cool vacations, so you're not going.
Same reason we won't give Puerto Rico citizenship, okay? We can't change that many flags.
Okay, yeah, it's too hard. 51 stars, what would we do with that?
It's unbalanced.
I know. We need another one. And I don't know if anyone lives up to our expectations.
No, I mean, I guess we could ditch Hawaii and then give them just trade in stars, right?
I guess. But I don't know. We don't really like to give up any of our toys.
No.
So I don't think it's going to happen. But so there's your setup. And then we see basically the terrorists attacking at the beginning. And I think they want to kidnap someone.
No, they wanted to take him and his girlfriend because they got tied up in the Hawaiian thing somehow.
Yeah, that's right.
I think she got some footage or something when they were in Hawaii. Is like the only thing I can think of. She broke a story and they were together.
I mean, none of it matters because they break up this entire thing. He's like, damn it. If I just had a hoverboard and a ball, I could stop these people with automatic weapons.
But when they first attacked, I had hopes that this movie was going to be good. Because it's like, man, I think I've seen this. I can't remember. And then that really shitty truck comes into the garage and it looks like somebody taped like foam board and cardboard to it. It's like some futuristic garbage truck. And I was like, man, this could be really good. And then the dialogue happened.
Oh my gosh. Some of the shit. Like, so this is what makes me think this movie had like heavy reshoots and maybe Dickerson said, fuck this. I'm not doing this. I'm out. Mm-hmm. Because this guy is a legendary cinematographer. You know, he's done all these incredible movies from Malcolm X to, you know, like so many going down his list. I don't want to pull up his IMDb. You guys can right now, but trust me, he's like a legendary cinematographer that became a director. This movie is shot so bad at times.
That's what I'm saying. It looks like a Goosebumps episode. Like all the pans and everything, and they just go like right up to their face over and over.
Well, like I get the crash zooms. That's kind of like Ernest Dickerson did that, but the rest of the shot, it looks like it's lit for a Lifetime movie sometimes.
Yeah, I was trying to remember, is that like a common 90s thing, or is that just a bad movie thing?
I don't know.
I can't remember, because I mean, a lot of movies do it, but it's always bad movies that I recognize it on.
Are you talking about the crash zooms?
Or, no, the lighting.
Oh, yeah. I mean, when... That just happens when you do, like, really medium basic lighting. That they do, you know, that's what they do in soap operas and everything, because they don't have time to do all these dramatic... They don't have time to set up all this lighting. They just want it to be set up. Everyone's in lighting all at once. No depth.
Yeah. It's like they had 4 days to make this, so they just put it up and rotate scenes.
Yeah. Ugh, good God. And this bad guy named Seath, and whatever his name is. Okay, first of all, he's Hawaiian Liberation Organization leader. Why couldn't you get a Hawaiian?
Because we never did that.
Like, how hard is this to put out a casting call from someone who's like an islander? Like,
yeah, and it's not like they have to get a visa or passport or anything. They're part of our country.
Just blew my mind. And then they're like, oh, how are people going to know he's from Hawaii? We'll give him tattoos on his face, tribal tattoos on his face. What the fuck? Pacific Islanders, first of all, most of them put it on their arms.
Oh, he's Canadian. This is a Canadian movie. I forgot that.
That doesn't surprise me.
Yeah, I looked it up. Yeah, it's shot in Canada. It's a Canadian film.
Again, like, how the fuck hard? It's not that hard. It's not that difficult. I'm not even doing this for like this liberal, you know, like we need to get people that represent, you know, the characters that they're from. It's like, no, this isn't even difficult. This is like you went out of your way to get a Canadian to play a Hawaiian. Ugh, fuck. And this guy's so skinny. You know what he reminded me of? Is like, remember those CD-ROM games like Jaguar, Atari Jaguar and stuff like that in the 90s when they were putting like movies on them? Yeah. He reminded me of a bad guy in one of those bad games.
Oh, yeah. I mean, I remember more the VHS like storyboard games.
Yeah, perfect.
I didn't have a Jaguar growing up. But
where it was like someone coming out of like college theater. And he's just like, I'm going to become a real actor. And that's the only job they could get.
And just remember the issue they had with a lot of those is that one where you break into like a sorority house and you're trying to kill them. It's like borderline adult entertainment at times.
That sounds great. It sounds like a collector's item. I've got one of them. It's the dungeon one.
Nice.
Yeah, I played it once. It's okay. It's funny, though.
I found, you're talking about the VHS?
Yeah, like the VHS board games.
I found that in a thrift store, but it didn't have the VHS in it, so I just didn't buy it.
So it didn't have the most vital thing?
Yeah. I was like, it might be cool, because I might find that later, but...
Hey, would you like to buy my truck? It doesn't have an engine, but, it's a truck.
Where it ran before I took it out.
Can't do anything with it, but, you know, it's there. We get into this. He saves the day with a ball, you know, with people who have automatic weapons. And then we go straight.
They just shoot them in the air the whole time and never point them at a person.
Yeah, it's just like, how do we tell
I thought
the
they were
audience?
Fake terrorist.
How do we tell the audience that he's really good at this game where you got to throw a ball?
I could beat him. And he looks at his mechanic or whatever she is, the girl that takes care of his board. Like winks. Just slides his hoverboard to him all slow. And then forcers get their poles out.
Then we go on to the game after this. We get introduced to this game where you have hoverboards. I don't know why they're necessary other than they're just like future cool. I mean, honestly, they could just be running.
Well, yeah, it's a skateboard rollerblade game.
Where if you hold the ball for more than 5 seconds, it electrocutes you, and they call it like, what is it, riding the wave?
Yeah.
Something like that. Riding the lightning?
Yeah, that sounds better.
Yeah. And they have to shoot the ball through a tiny hole. No one misses in the entire movie. And Dean Cain, of course, is a young hotshot who never passes the ball.
No, he was the young hotshot in college basketball.
Well, yeah, and then the NBA folded because of a point shaving scandal, and then he went to the streets to play future sport, which became the national sport.
Yeah, and then now he's old but still cocky and thinks he's the young buck.
Well, yeah, he doesn't pass the ball. He's still an asshole.
Oh yeah, I'm not debating that.
I mean, it's the, like sports movie trope where, the asshole, learns an important life lesson and then becomes a team player. It's fucking rinse, recycle in all these sports movies. This one just makes it even worse because the concept is so dumb. And they actually made the title of the film what sounds as if was the placeholder in the script for, like, we don't know what the sport's called yet. Oh, okay, so just put a placeholder in there called Future Sport. We'll figure it out later.
Yeah, it's got quotes in it everywhere, underlined.
Like, what the fuck? I don't get it because, first of all, it would be present sport because they're there. Like, what?
It's our future, though. This is in 3 years.
I know.
You better learn how to play that.
I know.
Fucked.
All the major sports franchises are going to fold.
Good.
3 years.
3 years. That's all they got.
Yeah, I don't know. Anyway, he loses, and then his blonde girlfriend breaks up with him because his AI house tells him in messages, which, I mean, I gotta admit, this movie has PI ratings, which is personal index, which is basically just like Twitter followers or Instagram followers.
Or that Black Mirror episode.
Exactly, that too. And then you got the AI house, which is basically just like, what, Alexa?
Yeah.
So, hey, I mean, they got some things kind of right. I mean, their biggest problem was they had Dean Cain lead this film.
Yeah.
If
the writing was a little less dry, I think this could have been like a cult classic kind of movie. Something that you have fun watching with your friends. And I'm sure people do. I just didn't.
Yeah, I mean, Wesley Snipes.
It is the worst accent I have ever heard.
Yeah, so this guy is the main producer on this film of 4 producers. He stars in it, but he's not the star. He's not the leading man. And then he's got a Jamaican accent for no reason.
No, he could have just been a normal person.
I wanted to thank you for helping me and Alex out the other night. I owe you.
Yeah, man. But I couldn't let you get killed in my neighborhood. Could have made me look bad, man.
I seem to do that a lot, don't I?
Yeah.
Make you look bad.
Hey, Mr. Fixx!
I can't help but wonder. If you'd been the one in Alex's special, maybe you'd be the star instead of me.
Maybe. If I would have wanted it. But see, that's not what Future Sport was supposed to be about.
And then he creates this sport to stop gangs from getting into fights.
Clean up his streets instead of shooting each other. Let's settle things on the court.
Yeah.
Kind of rule.
I mean, I don't know why basketball wouldn't still be used at this time, but whatever.
Because them showing like actual Future Sport before it was what it is looks so boring.
Well, yeah, they were on like skateboards, right?
Yeah, and they're just going up a middle ramp, down, and back, up and over, and it's all slow.
Oh, by the way, I noticed that the goalies have sticks that are like bigger to try to save. Not one time in this film do they show a goalie using their stick to block the ball.
No. Yeah, it's like a lacrosse sticks is what I'm thinking. Like,
yeah.
Again, all future sports involve lacrosse.
I know. It's got to have either some type of rollerblading, some type of skating, some type of like skateboarding, sticks that look like lacrosse, shooting a ball into a small hole that no one ever misses. Like all these combinations of these future sport films. And this one just cut out the clever title. Just fuck it. It's because go as bland as possible.
Yeah, they're direct and to the point.
And then somehow Wesley Snipes has a lot of power. And I should mention that his character's name is Obike. Obike Fixx.
Obike.
Obike?
Yeah, Obike Fixx.
Obike Fixx?
It's a cool name.
I guess.
I don't know, man. I like a lot of those dystopian weird movies, like not non-sports related.
I don't even remember them saying his name. They
say it all the time.
Do they? I don't know.
Yeah, like I said, I'm a little behind though. I wanted to rewatch it, but I didn't. I have some self-respect. Not a lot.
Yeah, twice is too much. I mean, you got to wait at least 5 years. Now, this would be a great film to be playing in the background of like a bar that's playing bad movies, because people would look and be like, "What the? Is that Wesley Snipes?"
Yeah, I used to go to this bar that played only B-rated movies. It sounded like a Spanish channel, and I can't remember the name of it anymore. But all they played was like B movies.
Sounds great.
Yeah, it was. It's really fun to just look up and be like, "What the hell?"
He gets into an explosion after talking to Obike, and then he's in this really weird hospital. Do you remember this? Where it's like a circle room with the lights and they heal you?
I thought Venessa Williams was going to turn out being a bad guy.
So did I.
Look up, where she was going to be like, "Oh, you're finally awake. Time to take your liver."
I didn't get it. So apparently he was dreaming that Venessa Williams was the nurse or doctor?
I thought she was just... I don't know, man.
Was she visiting?
Yeah, that's what I thought she was just doing, was visiting. Because, like, he shoved her out of the way and took the explosion himself, mainly.
Yeah, I don't know. But that's his ex-girlfriend. She's a reporter, and she's the one who, like, helped make him a household name because she did the report on Future Sport and ended up he became like the main star out of it.
Yeah, she wanted to write it about Obike, but the network wanted it to be about Trey. You know, they all forgot about Trey.
Say his full name. Treymayne Ramzey.
Ramzey.
Sorry.
I mean, it's in New Orleans. It could be a Creole name. Who knows?
And I think, wasn't his nickname like the Pharaoh?
I'll agree with anything you say about that. Because I don't remember.
I think his name was like, yeah, some type of Pharaoh. I'm going to look this up. It was something weird where I'm like, I don't get it. Like, what was the name of their team, by the way?
Oh, shit.
Was it the Scorpions?
Yeah.
So was this supposed to have like some type of, Trey the Pharaoh is his nickname. Was this supposed to have some type of Egyptian like undertones that I didn't pick up on? Who gives a shit?
I think you're thinking more into the movie than they did.
I mean, this is what's great about this. So we have this whole terrorist guy, Scythe and everything, and his ridiculous terrorist minions. And of course, there's a badass Asian woman because we had to have that in the 90s.
There's two of them.
There's two, yeah. They doubled down. So they got this whole setup and everything like that. And the bad guy is, I forgot what he said, but he has like super reaction time. And I'm not kidding.
Oh, you mean like at the very end of the movie?
Well, not quite the very end, but like we're, about 70% through, right before they go to the big game. Because I'll set up the whole big game. But he's like, oh, I've got enhancements. Some type of like...
Enhanced
reflexes. Thank you.
But he just disappears.
No, they speed up the camera when he kicks.
Yeah.
And then he disappears.
He disappears like he's in Mortal Kombat. Just ends up somewhere else on the screen.
That is some bullshit Power Ranger stuff.
Wait, they do. They have a lot of augments in this. Like the cameramen have the cameras in their face, which is tight. Like there's parts of this movie that could have been really good or like gory or like maybe if they, I don't know. But the idea of having all the cameramen having the cameras in their head and they're still running after people like paparazzi, that's cool.
Yeah, it's an interesting concept where like...
And then the guy I remembered was the dude with like the bars across his face.
Yeah, I don't fucking get that at all, where he had the eye patch bars.
I don't know. The dude that like just kills people. But that's when I was like, I have seen this. I thought so. I've seen this.
Well, and then they also set up that like Wesley Snipes' character is playing both sides because he like hacks into the Hawaiian Alliance's computers to talk to him in the most like 90s, like, isn't the web cool? Or I think Dean Cain even says net.
Yeah. And then, you're missing the whole setup before that, like to the, like why she even got kidnapped. The whole setup to the game where he's like, I think we could settle this on the field like they do in the ghettos.
Right now, the Com and North America are squaring off for one of the biggest turf battles in decades. No rules, no holds barred, winner take all. And if that happens, a lot of people are gonna die. Well, I say, if we're gonna act like Downs owners, why not go all the way? So on behalf of my gang, the North American Alliance, I challenge the comp to a game of future sport. Our team against yours. The winner gets respect, bragging rights, and the Hawaiian Islands to boot.
And then so his teammate like Jet, now they have to make new teams because she's part of the Alliance.
Oh yes, they split up his team.
Yeah, so like the Alliance gets all these people together and again Nazis. Like that dude just reminds me so much of like a Nazi general.
Oh, the two Germans who they played against in the big game and they lost to now have to be part of his team, and they.
Well, I meant the coach of the Liberation team.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, and it's the hot shot, the Dean Cain's replacement, and Dean Cain have to play on a team together.
Yeah. And that's how the nudity in this film came. Like, when the nudity popped up, I was just like, what the fuck? I thought this was a TV film.
Yeah, I didn't think there'd be nudity. And then there was 4 boobs.
Yeah. So I'm thinking they added a bunch of reshoots and cuss words and stuff like that. And then they're like, now we're going to put this on DVD because it's going to be rated R.
And they could sell it as on-rated.
Yeah, and all that
bullshit. This movie's going to be such a hit. People are going to want the on-rated version.
Spent $9 million on this TV film. Let's fucking put it on DVD with boobs.
They've sold movies with less. So.
I do love when he's just like, hey, do you think I could get on TV so I could challenge the entire Pan-Pacific Commonwealth to a game of future sport? Because this sport is supposed to replace war.
That's what he's wanting to do, yeah.
Yeah, and he just calls them out. So these terrorists have done all this work, all these bombings and all this shit for all these years to try to break away. And then they're like, yeah, sure, a game, why not?
I like sports.
It's like so stupid.
But I mean, they still kill everybody. They kidnap her so that he'll stop playing.
Yeah, but they kill the coach with the spider. That shitty robotic spider, which...
It made me want to look up another movie. I can't remember the name of it, though.
I know. It reminded me of some sci-fi movie I couldn't think of, too.
It's like a criminal movie where the guy kills people with like tiny robot spiders and stuff.
I just fucking could not remember what that was.
After this is done, we'll research it.
Yeah. I swear, there's one out there. The coach dies, and of course that means, Dean Cain's got to grow up and become the coach too, and he's got to figure out a way to beat this team. But first he's got to save his ex-girlfriend, who he's having sex with again. And that's when Wesley Snipes just randomly comes out of nowhere, and he's like, I'm going to help you with my bros, my posse behind me. And then they fight and they kill the bad guy. And he kills the bad guy with the ball again. That's right.
Yep, hits him right in the head with the ball.
They don't use it once. They use it fucking twice in this film.
Obike rolls it to him. Or no, Obike does. Because he's hidden. He's like, I betrayed you, but I'm keeping their money. These guys are assholes.
Yeah, didn't he get like $10 million?
Something. I was going to try a Jamaican accent there, but I was like, nah, I'm good.
Yeah, just let Wesley Snipes takes care of that shit.
He does it really good. It's natural.
I think it's funny that it was $10 million. I was like, hey, Wesley, that could pay for this movie that cost $9 million. He'd still have $1 million left to lose to the tax people. Oh my gosh. No, I can't believe this was $9 million.
I did not look that up.
I did. Well, Wikipedia says $9 million. And I was like, holy moly. Wow. So they go on to play the game, which has the same shot over and over of that German guy scoring. Because he like sets the record for most points ever scored in a game. But I do love how Dean Cain comes right back. Still a little bit of that competitive, arrogant asshole thing. He's like, well, I set the record for most assists in a game.
Oh yeah, because he plays it and coaches it.
Yeah, and how about when... so they had, the angry guy. He had like bars over his eyes.
Yeah, and he's fucking breaking people's legs.
Yeah, he's like the big dumb animal trope in the sports movies. I'm not complaining about that. You need to have that.
He's like the best character in the entire movie.
But Obike, Wesley Snipes' character, shows up out of nowhere with a full uniform. He's like, well, we're running out of players, so I guess I better tag myself in. He comes right out, fucking bashes the dude in the face, and then just walks off. And I'm like, that's it? And then there's a shot because they show him come off, and it looks like he's just like, okay, I did my part. Now you guys can win the game. And then another cut, like a few minutes later, they don't even show, I don't think they show him go back onto the court. He's just on the court.
Yeah. I mean, you can tell because it looks like Goodburger. It looks like him rolling around with the helmet on, just the dreads poking out everywhere.
Yeah, all right. I see.
Wig.
I see where you're going with that. It's like, what the fuck are you talking about?
Benny Hill music playing the whole time.
I do love, after that guy gets his face bashed in, how the one Jet, I think her name was, who used to be on his team, goes,
Yeah, it's Jet.
Tell Ramzey we're playing clean now. I'm like, why?
Oh, yeah, but her and the other Asian dude that she talks to the whole time, you can tell they don't want to be on the team.
Yeah.
They don't like what they're doing.
I'm assuming there was supposed to be something in the script where they were the ones who didn't want to break away. But they're like, well, we can't tell all that. That would just make the movie more cohesive.
Yeah, he says something to Jet, like, when she gets there, he's like, well, you're here? And she's like, yep, turns out whatever country she's from is part of the Union.
Okay.
Liberation. So she's like, well, I'm here, I guess.
And then they try to touch this, they put in like the Pan-Pacific. I guess he was like a politician or whatever, where he's just like, you guys have to win. We have to break away. Because if we don't, they'll kill me. Or something.
Yeah, he's worried that they'll kill him if they lose.
Like, well, you lost, so I guess Hawaii now has to forever be part of the Pacific Islands, but at the same time, part of the American alliance.
It's almost times like part of this seems like it was made to be a series. Like they jump around so much and leave things in limbo that they meant for it to be longer.
Yeah, I think this script was hacked to bits because it was way too long. You only have so much time in a film. And another big question I have in this, because they end up winning the game, and then, Dean Cain gets his line where he turns down the one blonde that broke up with him earlier. Like, he's like, no, I got my own woman or new woman or whatever. I don't know. Some bullshit like that. And we get that fucking hilarious announcer. He's like, all right, now we've got another game in future sport. But, you have, I don't even know where I'm trying to go with this. Yeah.
Where he gets a call from the president.
Oh my God, the Clinton joke.
Chelsea, I'll call her back.
Wow, that is so dated now. There's just so much in this movie.
Yeah, I got some ridiculous notes that just were stupid parts that happened. Like the sushi scene. They take 2 to 3 bites to eat sushi. Who does that?
I mean, if you get a big roll, 2 bites is acceptable.
And by 2025, who hasn't eaten sushi?
Was that?
No,
yeah.
I've never had it. What do you mean you've never had it? They sell it in gas stations.
You shouldn't eat that, but they do.
I do. I eat it all the time. It's expensive and underwhelming.
Jesus. Oh, please tell me you're checking the dates on those things.
Yeah.
Oh man. So if you ever get really sick one day and post on Facebook, we all know what happened.
I didn't get COVID last year. I got sushi'd.
I had food poisoning 8 times. I can't figure it out. Gas station sushi. Can't wait to get that.
It's either that or those egg salad sandwiches I keep eating.
Oh, well. Yeah, I get it. Hey, man. When you don't want to cook, egg salad sandwiches or gas station sushi. This fucking film. Okay, give me another one. What else is stupid?
Oh, during the battle, the mechanic, she's just hacking the whole time on the ground. It's fucking hacker time.
Yeah, I mean, I'm glad they got some 90s hacking in this. Let's see. Did you notice the guns were futuristic for no reason? Why don't you just make them laser guns?
Oh, dude. You remember the scene when they came down on their hoverboards, into the base? All the guys are looking down the hallway, and then they fly down and grab, the bar and fling themselves into the hallway on their hoverboards.
Yeah, that was...
Gotta remember, it is the worst special effects they had in the film.
That's when they're going to take on Scythe, right? Where they're like, we got to go do it as a team.
Yeah.
All right, we got any more? There's got to be at least one more. We're forgetting.
I think I remembered why Hawaii wanted to secede. Dean Cain goes, they're just a bunch of surfer punks trying to hog all the good waves to themselves.
Oh, Jesus. Jesus, Dean Cain. I mean, I didn't think he was the worst leading man I've seen in like one of these, straight to DVD kind of.
I just because I don't like him doesn't mean he's the worst. I love Nicolas Cage, and there's people that despise him.
No, the thing is just like Dean Cain, like he wasn't ridiculous enough like a Nicolas Cage.
Yeah, and I think he just doesn't deliver lines. They're really monotone and flat, and he never gets like inflections. Nothing.
Oh yeah, it's like the same facial features other than a smile the entire time.
Yeah, it's like, are you being a smartass? Are you joking with your friends? Are you being serious? I can't tell.
Yeah, he never owns a scene. He's just part of it, kind of like going through the motions of being a leading man.
And he almost did when he got mad at the mechanic, like after they lost that game, and he was blaming her and everybody else.
Oh yeah, did you think there was something up? That mechanic wanted to jump his bones.
I thought so.
Yeah, and I thought at one time, the way she was looking at him when he first came back and he was starting to be a team player, I was just like, are they going to have them hook up? No, but then he went to Venessa Williams. You got to do that. She's the star in that.
Yeah. You can't just have platonic male-female
No. Can't be just friends.
It's not possible.
You got a bone.
You have genitalia.
Yeah.
It's not possible.
All right, that's all I got on this. So, Chris, do you recommend Future Sport?
No, but yes, somebody's got to like it.
Don't watch it alone.
It's on Amazon. I
think it's on Tubi too.
Yeah, it's on Prime. Because the rip you gave me, I think I own Future Sport. It's just, I really got to sort my stuff. Yeah, so that rip I tried to watch of yours was just really fuzzy. But
yeah, I had to compress it quite a bit to get it to you.
Yeah, that's fine. I ain't judging you. The other two rips were great. But
it's just weird how sometimes like you'll compress it with the same compressor and then one comes up or two comes up fine and one is just shit.
Yeah. I mean, it's probably just the video quality wasn't the best to start with.
I can't believe they would rip us off on this future sport film.
Yeah. So, I mean, I watched the trailers and everything and then made sure nothing was at the end. I was just like, I can't see anything. And I wasn't going to do a Howling 2 again. I'm like, I can't see the movie, but I'm going to keep watching.
Just darkness with like splotches of light.
Ooh, there's a person.
Something's happening. Yeah, so my only recommendation is if you watch it in a group. That's the only way you can do it, because it's just so... It's not quite there. It needs more stupidity. I mean, it's full of stupid. It's a stupid concept with a stupid title, with a stupid accent on Wesley Snipes, but something's missing.
Yeah, I watched it in my room by myself with a notebook. The least fun way to watch a movie.
Yeah.
And like with people, with some beers or just anything. I mean, it could be a fun night, but I don't recommend watching it at like noon by yourself.
I don't recommend watching it on a Sunday by yourself. Just sitting there waiting for your son to wake up. I got 45 minutes in and then he woke up and I'm like, God damn it, I still gotta watch this film again?
I figured you were gonna be excited. Yes!
Finally, more Dean Cain.
I have a reason to leave. Are you crying and screaming? At least I don't have to watch this movie.
Anyway, let's go on to the museum.
This is the second time I've had to reclaim my property from you.
That belongs in a museum.
So do you.
This is the part of the show where we go out in the film jungle like Indy, bring something back to our wing of the museum, the crazy, wacky sports movie wing of the museum. We've had a bunch. Oh, man. I have nothing positive to say about this. I'm just going to say, if you're going to make a sports film, can you fucking come up with a real title? I mean, come on, Future Sport? Come on!
Yeah, the news anchors and everything are saying it. Future Sport's taking over the country.
I mean, can you imagine reading the script and being like, well, they'll change the name. And then, like, you're reading your lines in front of the camera, like, wait, seriously? Future Sport? That's the name of this movie? Fuck. Come on. Yeah, so I'm not bringing anything good back to the museum. It's just what not to do. And I'm just going to have, like, the script halfway into, like, in a shredder, but it's caught. The script's too shitty to actually fully shred. Like, so it broke the shredder. That's my, like, equivalent there for the museum. That's my nice little piece right there. It's my artistic piece.
I'm so glad you went first, because I had no idea what I was going to do. This is terrible. Other than, like, turning the cameraman into, like, some Japanese 2000s gore horror protagonist, I want to put the guy that breaks people's legs just kicking the shredder the whole time. Just beating on it. Just add to it. That's the whole movie. That guy just breaking shit, and then the shredder not working.
All right, I like it.
Yeah, because I can't think of anything.
Hey, was there a Cenobite from Hellraiser that had a camera for a face?
Yeah, it was in 2. Wasn't 2 the nightclub?
No, 3. It must have been 3.
Was the nightclub.
Yeah.
It was the cameraman. It was her, the reporter's cameraman.
Fucking perfect.
He's got some creepy lines in that, like real rapey.
I can't believe a Hellraiser film isn't like family quality.
Dude, I love Hellraiser. They're all good, except for Fat Suit Hellraiser.
Now, Fat Suit, that's Chatterer, right?
No, Fat Suit Hellraiser, like Pinhead, the Fat Suit Pinhead. It was like 10. They kind of do it in like a posh side of the Hollywood Hills mansion. That Hellraiser. So they got like a green cover, and the guy looks really, really, really ripped, but it's just like a fat suit. It's just to make him bulky. It just doesn't look right. I like all the other ones. They all have good points. Now that's a series that you can get some good stuff on.
Oh, the back end of the Hellraisers are ridiculous.
They're good. I like them a lot.
Of course you would. Of course you would.
I love nu metal.
That's true.
Yeah. I was a nu metal kid through and through.
Oh boy, nu metal and old Hellraiser, or the nu metal and the late Hellraisers. Yeah,
bro, I got that Slipknot tattoo
on your forehead.
No, on my arm. But she's like, "Is this a joke tattoo?" I was like, "Yes." She's like, "But not completely a joke." And I was like, "Yes." So she's like, "All right, tight." But
it's ironic, but not ironic.
Yeah, I grew up in like dead center Iowa, Illinois.
Yeah.
And Slipknot.
I get it. My brothers were huge Slipknot, Korn, Mudvayne, all that. And
so was Matt.
Oh yeah, I know.
Yeah, Matt and mine's music choices are very similar until a certain age, I'm sure.
There you go, everyone. We're ending that, and this is it for a while, because I'm going to be moving, and this is going to be hell, moving states, and then searching for a house, so probably won't be back until around, I don't know, June, so definitely taking another hiatus, and then I'll be back, and maybe Chris will join us, or maybe he'll be, moving to Florida, I don't know.
I'm not going to Florida. If anything, I'm moving to your state. We lived 3 hours away for 2 years and never met up, and then I was like, man, I'll be following you.
Well, cheaper taxes.
Yeah, if anything, I'm going back to Kansas City.
Okay, yeah, it's a good place.
I love it.
All right, everyone, remember to be kind
and rewind.